And that quickly just ring bells. Unkpumiri. Anyway, you can be incited. You can be turned against one another if you want them to. Mayegun's diary political is to, you know what I do most, right? It is to show to you what you already know, but show deeper how they are doing it. How politicians always drop the, in their defense, if they want to defend any of their failure, they quickly drop the tribal, ethnic, religious rhetorics. So that some people will just say, oh, is that why? Yes, nice. Why? It's because a Yoruba man is stressed. Can they try that with a Fulani man? That's what they will say to you. So when it is a Fulani man, they say, oh, that is because it's a Fulani man now. Can they try that with a Ijaw man? When it is a Ijaw man, they say, oh, it's because it's a Ijaw man. That's why they are doing this. So it's because they hate the Ijaw. So can they try that with a Yoruba man? Politicians drop all these subtle, what do you call it, dog whistle. They drop them in their speeches and they pretend that they didn't. Then you will now see those who hear them. They will now say, have you heard? Now, so those Ogoni people, they do. The other day, one of them was trying to incite their people against Ifnumbu, a Yoruba man. Can you believe that? Now, so that they do. Oh, now so the Igbo people, they do. You did not hear when Umahi said that the other day. And now, you don't say Igbo people don't like Yoruba. Do you know that? How? How do you know that? Did you not hear Umahi who said Peter Obi is inciting the Igbos? Is that not what Peter Obi is doing? Is he not inciting the Igbos against? Is it not because Tinubu is a Yoruba? So that's how it spreads. And it is no longer going to be Umahi said or that person said. It's going to now be like they know it. Oh, my brother, let me tell you something. You don't know anything. If you see, the Yoruba people, if I tell you about Yoruba people, you will shock. You don't know anything. Another one, if I tell you everything I know about Igbo people, you will be shocked. You don't know anything about Igbo. See, the Igbo people, because they have been so conditioned that way, they heard it from the politicians. And then they keep using that until they become something that they will say, honestly, I swear to God, I swear in the name of my father, I swear, like that. And then politicians just go, they just sit back and allow you to slug it out among yourselves. So Mayegun's diary political is just to show you how they do it. So that you don't turn around and say, after being used or you allow yourself to be used, then you turn back and say, man, these politicians, they are mad people. They are just using us, Nisha. So you won't see any member of the temple say that, because you can't use them without their consent. You know that nobody can use you without your approval. Nobody should use you without your approval, without your consent. And that's how we keep reminding everybody that if you fail to use your head, somebody else will use it for you. As we all know that brain is the most important organ of our body. Do you know that? Our brain, it is the only one that doesn't sleep. Brain doesn't sleep. It's just there until you die. The day you are born, until the day you die, the brain doesn't sleep, except when you join APC. Your brain starts working from the day you are born, and it will be developing until you join APC. And that's it. You would have to just live with a dead brain for the rest of the life. Thank you. So, Devil Umahi and gang could continue to have a field day But one day, that same lawless monkey will go to the market and it won't come back. When the citizens knows better, people like Devil Umahi, they will never have any chance of even having any close affinity with power. We need that. And until that happens, they can keep grooming some of you to do their human job for them. Hate on yourselves, attack yourselves, promote your bigotry within yourselves, while your criminal leaders remain united. Remember that. Finally, how many of you, okay, hang on, before I even go, not finally yet, still talking about Devil Umahi. You heard about Landmark. Well, Landmark took the center stage of the controversy surrounding the fraudulent coastal road to nowhere. Now, it's not just Landmark that is, business owner in that axis that has to do with beach. There's also another place called the Good Beach. Not far from Landmark, they too are going. Their entire structure will be demolished, if not yet demolished, by the way. There are people of a community that you heard their village head, the Bale, who was telling Devil Umahi yesterday that if he's looking for their coastal lane or coastal road, it is inside the ocean, about 25 to 30 kilometers into the ocean. That if Devil Umahi is drawing his coastal road to come and demolish their properties in their own community, that's not going to happen. And if it's going to happen, it's not going to end peacefully. Okay, so that pointedly shows that Devil Umahi, Tifnumbu, and everybody who put together this fraud, they did not follow any due process, no due consultation, no, there's something called EIA or something. It is, it is the environmental assessment, something, certificate, which also includes all stakeholders to agree and say, okay, yeah, we agree with this plan. And every interest has been taken care of. All concerns has been addressed. And then they will issue that certificate to the construction company that is getting the contracts. All of this were not done. Now they are manufacturing fake other documents to show that maybe they did, but the people are not having it. But they won't tell you that. They are the one in government with the power, and they will likely want to use it to crush everyone that they believe is going to be an obstacle. But it's going to end well. Maybe for these small businesses, but not for those communities. If you have been to this business on the beach in Lagos, close to Oniru, Good Beach, they say. A good beach you see today, you shall see no more. As Stephen Bulldozer destroys this business shortly. Take a look.
So they also have a gusto here, and but the amazing thing is all of this, because of the coastal road will be going. Sad reality.
All of that be gone. You know something, right? I have now been properly briefed that there is actually 57 standard different business entities along that place they want to demolish or reduce to just the shadow of themselves, right? 57 businesses and thousands of jobs, hundreds of millions of dollars investment will be gone. No thanks to accountant call, strategist call. Tell me more. Call.
I don't read social media anymore. They abuse the hell out of me. If I read it, I get high blood pressure. I get angry. I don't read it. So, if I want to hear anything, my children or any of my workers will tell me, this one say this one. If I'm tired, I say, please forget it.
That's what Kolu tells people. And some of you don't forget it. Kolu says, we give him high blood pressure. High blood pressure, my house. But there is a particular thing that you should also have in mind. Kolu is using Umahi to carry out this assault on the people and their businesses. When Kolu is long gone, the same Kolu and his people will say it was Omo Igbo that demolished their houses for road. They will barely say it is Steve Numbu. And for Umahi to go about and then begin to throw the ethnic tribal card is even more foolish. I don't know how to describe that. I'm talking about foolishness. Sometimes some actions are not really foolishness. It's the show of the character or the stuff that an individual is made of. If I'm an honorable person, I can only hide it for a while. Yoruba says, Efiniwa. Just Efiniwa means like your behavior is like a smoke. Once a smoke is out, you can't cover it. Imagine trying to cover a smoke with your clothes. That would be foolish. But we are not even talking about the smoke here. We are talking about people's behavior that gives them up so easily. And somehow, somebody said, show me who you are the first time, and I will believe you. But sometimes first impression don't usually last long. I mean, why am I saying this? I'll tell you. How many of you remember when Tenny, you know that lady, Tenny. What's her name again that they use? I know her as Tenny Akwata. She has a stage name. Shaisha no Tenny. I will report you to MCO Luomo. I will report you to MCO Luomo or my whatever. Do you remember when she, in protest against the failure of Bokwari, as well as the killings of the young people during the NSAS protest? So in protest, she was given the national honor. MON, BMFR, whatever. And Tenny, when they collected the award, snubbed Bokwari, and that erupted into a social media frenzy. Correct. Aluta continua. Good. You are the type of people we want to see. This is the kind of Kineko. I love her so much and all that. You remember? But that was just a few years back, okay? I'll show you. In case if you have forgotten. Here.
That's it. Yanama.
Tenny the entertainer or Tenny Makanaki or all of the above. Until this afternoon, when another video surfaced on the internet, and it's supposed, I don't know if she's a successful artist, okay? But she's had some albums, one or two albums to her name. She's out there, like, she's not like an upcoming kind of like struggling type. Or maybe she is. And I think I have told you this before, that Nigerians or Nigerian elites, they are the dirtiest elite you can possibly think of anywhere in the world. They are comfortable with the shithole, and as long as their lawlessness could be really contained, they are fine with Nigeria. They are unbothered. They are only worried the moment there is no fuel to fill their tank, or there is no money in the ATM. That's when you see some of them begin to now react to this country. What is yeah. A video surfaced this afternoon, and it was of Tenny meeting with the notorious smuggler, the notorious gun runner, IB Dende. Boom. The same guy responsible for most of the guns that you see in the eastern Nigeria today. The man responsible for most of the guns that you see in the hands of the Fulani terrorists in the west today. The man that is partially responsible for most of the guns that you will see in the hand of the militias, armed robbers, kidnappers in the middle belt part of Nigeria today. IB Dende, a gun runner, a smuggler, somebody who is so powerful that his connection with Tifnumbu absolve him of all kind of, prosecution or whatever, or even investigation. This guy beat up a custom officer for confiscating his contraband goods that he smuggled into Nigeria. He slapped and beat up this officer. They were begging him until they released everything they took from him. He is so powerful, right? In this criminal world, that this guy has his own special day. In a week, 7 days a week, Egungbon gets 2 days. 2 days, and he has his own route. The route that the Nigerian custom must never check. 2 days in a week. That's how powerful he is. So they call him a philanthropist, but he's a gun runner, responsible for some of the death that you are seeing today. This is not a make-up story. This is not a slander. This is not a defamation. This is an investigation by an investigative journalist that reported his findings with evidence and all that. And he said nothing was going to happen to him. And indeed, nothing happened to him. Until now, that Tenny is now so happy to meet the number one southeast number one smuggler, IB Dende. Some people are not surprised though. I just feel like Tenny, the daughter of a supposed retired military officer, a soldier. Tenny's father was a soldier, highly respected. Not just a very disciplined man, highly respected. And Tenny, the beautiful Tenny then, according to the story, she was an eye of her own father. For seeing your daughter jumping up, seeing a drug dealer, a smuggler, gun runner, I think Baba Tenny will be so disappointed. Like many of you were so disappointed. Tenny. She posted a video herself. And according to her, IB Dende don't pay. Okay? Like they said, IB Dende is a cheerful giver, a philanthropist. And she stumbled on him in the private, the VIP section of an aircraft. and she was blessed. And because she was blessed, he had to show the appreciation and show all of that. You are so poor in that contraption that all you have is money. And when it is money, anybody can have money. That's one thing about money. That's why you need more than money, okay? To actually be called a responsible citizen and not a criminal. You will need more than money. Money is the least that you need. But in Nigeria, money is the most you need. Unfortunately, a lot of your criminals, they have so much money, and the best they could give all of you is a shit hole that has no electricity, no job, no, come on. So since it is money, I can roll on the floor. Hey, boom, Baba, thank you, Baba. Omo. How much would you give me that would make me roll that way? Prince JJ man. How much do you think you can give to me that will make me be like, Prince shaking the day, Prince shaking the day? And I don't even have half of whatever, sort of an influence that 10 years out there. But that's to tell you, you want to have money, yeah, go get money. Doesn't matter how you get it. I'll leave it at that. My time is up. So let's take calls, okay? Without wasting much of our time. Thank you very much for spending your evening with me so far. And if you do want to be part of it as well for the next hour, then you should grab your phone while I go get a cup of tea as well, okay? So thank you so much. And if you haven't really liked this, you should. I will be back in a minute or two.
What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say,
Thank you, Lord.
thank
shall I
you,
say?
Lord.
Thank you,
We can deliver, what shall I say? 70 years old man. Is that you? Jesus is Lord. Is that you?
Let's be poor. Breathe. Don't suffocate them. We have that responsibility.
Elder Akinola, let the poor breathe. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing great. Nice to hear today from you. I actually followed the program yesterday as well.
Oh, I know. I saw you trying to call in, but you were beaten to it. So, yeah. Now you are here.
Yes, I was beaten to it. So I said, well, I'm going to be the first one today.
Oh, is that right? And you indeed became the first one. Don't show anybody your secret, by the way. You usually like to be the last caller so that you could wrap it up. But now you are opening it. Baba?
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, I'm opening it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now opening it to wrap up yesterday.
Right.
In essence, I'm starting off. I'm not going to repeat some of quotation I've read on this platform before.
Right.
The one that was made by Lamido, and I wanted to just comment on that. And with one speaker yesterday, Damia, one lady spoke about. That quotation was like, why Nigeria cannot actually come out to demonstrate. And what Lamido said is that we are burdened them with poverty. People are struggling to eat. And to blame them for not able to come out. They have been preoccupied. You know, in Roman days, when people are not doing anything, they find something easy, they tend to revolt. So that's why you see in any Roman community, they will build a theater for them, amphitheater for them to be able to play and get engaged, so that they don't get into bad.
Right.
But what our Nigerian leaders given to Nigeria to get busy with is poverty, so that they don't have time to actually organize and think. In essence, that's one of the things really they have given them so much work. If you cannot even find a 1 meal a day, how do you go out to protest when you don't have energy to even work? So that's just the first point I wanted to make.
So that is like recognizing poverty is a very powerful tool.
We